Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to make a video about the reissued Dawning SMG Cold Front. If you guys haven't seen any videos or heard about this SMG, I have a reason to believe that this is the new best primary in the game, full stop. At least the kinetic primary. The strengths of this weapon mainly come from its perks and its archetype. First of all, its archetype is 750 rounds per minute, which is something you're familiar with if you use the Ikelos SMG, which is currently everyone's favorite weapon in the game. While these two SMGs share the same archetype, they couldn't be more different in terms of perks. In terms of perks, I believe Cold Front has the upper hand as it can roll with some incredible perks in both of the columns. If we take a look at the roll I have right here, I have one with 1 for roll and quick draw. This is as closest to the God Roll that I've been able to get, nailing one of my perks down, but I still am hunting for the perfect roll here. The main advantage that the Ikelos SMG has over this weapon is the fact that it can spawn Warmind cells. However, I believe that this weapon really makes up for it in terms of its perks. Let's quickly take a look at the stats of this weapon. We can see that this weapon really excels in range and handling when lacking in stability and reload speed. Luckily enough, there are a couple of perks that are able to help us with these stats. If we take a look at all the perks that it can drop, we can see that in the column 3 we can get Surplus, Quick Draw, Under Pressure, Dynamic Sway, and Subsistence. In this column, I believe that there are a few good picks, such as Subsistence, Quick Draw, and Surplus. Surplus being the main perk I believe to be the God Roll. Mainly because this perk has incredible bonuses to stability, handling, and reload speed, just off one charged ability. Not only that the bonuses are great, it specializes in the areas where this weapon really lacks in terms of stability and reload speed, making it just feel really snappy and a really comfortable weapon to use. In column 4, there's actually quite a few different damage rolling perks, which allows you to really pick and choose what type of weapon you want to go for and the one that suits your playstyle the best. In the column 4, we can get Rampage, Surrounded, Dragonfly, Unrelenting, Thresh, and 1 for All. I feel like Rampage and Surrounded are really decent picks. However, trying this weapon out with 1 for All, this weapon is just incredible. And 1 for All is such a good perk because not only it is the highest damage bonus out of those perks, it is also the easiest one to proc. While Surrounded requires you to be around 3 or more enemies and Rampage allows you to kill the enemies in endgame activities, it is not always possible. Instead, 1 for All just requires you to hit 3 separate targets to basically get a damage bonus equivalent to the Weapons of Light. This perk really shines for me because it allows me to use this weapon in endgame activities. I took this into a 1250 Lost Sector, I took this into the Raid, I took this into the Prophecy Dungeon, which I love to use this SMG. So without a shadow of a doubt, I think that 1 for All is definitely the best perks in this column. In terms of the barrel and magazine perks, I usually tend to go for Fluid Barrel just for increased handling, although you might not really need it in this case if you have a roll with Surplus. So maybe something like Extended Barrel would be good enough as it increases the range and recoil by 10. And in terms of magazine perks, I think maybe Flared Magwell or Tactical Mag would be the best go-to. Maybe Steady Rounds could work as well, or a Pendant Mag. Really, there's a lot of few good choices here. I think that this weapon could really benefit with Extended Mag. Due to its fire rate, it goes through the magazine real quick. But in general, really, you can almost go for anything. You shouldn't be too fussed about this. I quickly want to go over the Subsistence in the column 3. While this perk is actually quite good, the problem that it has with SMGs in specific is that the SMG ammo economy, and at this fire rate, you will run out of ammo quite often, and it can be quite problematic. If you run some machine ammo reserves, you might bypass this problem, but I don't really see any use out of this perk here, especially instead of Surplus, as Surplus is such an incredible and underrated perk. I believe Surplus is just one of the best perks they've ever implemented in the game. Let's also take a look at this weapon in terms of PvP content. I think that this SMG can actually be quite good in PvP. If I was to roll one, I would probably want something like Surplus once again, just because the snappiness and just the handling of this weapon is so incredible with that perk. While in column 4, there's actually a few perks that you can't really take advantage of in PvP. Things like Surrounded or Dragonfly and 1 for All are really not a good pick, as I doubt you'll be able to find 3 or more enemies at the same time to engage in a fight with you. So instead, maybe in column 4, I would prefer something like Unrelenting, just because in PvP, even if you kill just one Guardian, you're able to trigger the health regeneration. So in column 4, I believe that Unrelenting is probably one of the better perks to trigger some health regeneration and help you out with tough situations. Another good one could be Thresh, but I don't really know exactly how much benefit it brings to once you're super, so I'd probably just stick to Unrelenting or Rampage, as Rampage is something you can take advantage of in PvP. Yeah, it's really up to you, so for PvP, it's kind of very subjective. Without a shadow of a doubt that this is one of the best PvE SMGs, PvE weapons in the game right now, and this has been my personal absolute favorite. I will not stop using this thing for a while. Another advantage it has over the Ikelos SMG, just because I want to compare them to, because they're the same round per minute, and I believe that the Cold Front is actually better, just because it allows me to pair some of the guns I wasn't able to before. While we have another primary SMG in this slot, Friction Fire, I don't think this SMG measures up at all to the level of Cold Front, just because of the perk differences. I believe that Cold Front is just so much more superior in terms of its perks. So in terms of the combos that I wanted to talk to you about, Cold Front allows me to rock first in last out. I've got this God Roll like last season, but I wasn't really using it enough because I didn't really have a good kinetic primary. But now, since the raid came out and I've been using this thing a lot more, I fell in love with this thing and I can't stop using it, so that allows me to pair this really well. And in my heavy slot, I can have either Anarchy or Lamet or whatever I find useful. So lastly, let's go with some God Rolls. For PvE, look for Fluted Barrel, Extended Barrel, Tactical Mag, or Flared Magwell. Steady rounds could also work really well. Definitely Surplus, and Rampage or One for All. For PvP, look for Extended Barrel or Fluted Barrel, Accurate Rounds or Flared Magwell, Surplus, just because of the handling, the snappiness of the weapon, and maybe Unrelenting or Rampage. So if you guys haven't had a good roll of this weapon, I highly encourage you to go out and farm it right now while it's available, as the power cap on this weapon is actually 1410, which is higher than the Ikelos SMG. Ikelos SMG is going to be sunset next season, while this Cold Front SMG has one additional season to go through. It is incredibly easy to farm this weapon right now. In case you guys don't know how to get it, the way that you get this weapon is by baking cookies and giving the cookies to the NPCs. There's a chance for you to receive a gift in return, which once you open, you have a chance to get one of the 3 weapons, including Cold Front, the Glacioclasm, and the Avalanche machine gun. Additionally, there have been quite a few guides on how to actually farm these cookies very efficiently. The Essence of Dawning you can find farming Legend and Master Lost sectors on Europa or Cosmodrome, and the ingredients just come along with it. I'm not sure whether that glitch in the Shattered Throne is still active, but you can basically AFK and get infinite amount of flavors there. But yeah, the farm for this weapon is just incredibly easy. It just takes some time and some RNG to get a good roll. But if you guys are able to get any sort of roll on this weapon, I highly encourage you to do so. I definitely believe that this weapon is going to be the next endgame best in slot. So if you guys found this video helpful whatsoever, please do leave a like and subscribe for future content. So since the Dawning is out, I've actually been playing a lot more now, and I have quite a few videos to go through. I've been working on a video regarding a Titan build that really makes me enjoy play Titan finally. Titan's been definitely my least played class, but now I just fell in love with it and I'm just playing the crap out of my Titan. So yeah guys, good luck farming for this SMG. Definitely take your time and do it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.